Thank you. Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Gerrit Rexhausen. I'm working for the Corporate Technology Innovation Management in Hamburg, Germany. A special thanks to the technicians making possible that I can use my own laptop here. Reason is that I will give you a live demo at the system, which is already implemented in 2017. Okay, but story from the beginning will cover a few words about Lufthansa Technik, a brief overview. What was our initial situation in 2016, our problems, our pain points, the way to the solutions, to the solution where we started, searching for the right supplier, making some proof of concepts. Then, as mentioned, the front-end inside and some further use cases. Okay, the Lufthansa Group consists of 5 or 4 business segments. It's passenger transportation, that's the airline, quite well known. Logistics, so Lufthansa Cargo, the catering, some other activities, but one of the biggest ones is Lufthansa Technik. It's the biggest or the leading provider, independent provider of MRO services in the world. This is where I work every day, Lufthansa Technik Hamburg. A quite big facility, it's 7,500 people working there. I will come back for an example to this picture in a few slides. Okay, the Lufthansa Technik Group itself has 36 subsidiaries. The latest one in Poland, it's a joint venture with GE, quite more than 20,000 employees, 4,500 aircrafts under exclusive contracts means more than 10% of all aircrafts which have more than 100 seats. It's quite a lot. And some other innovation activities around Lufthansa Technik. We are working on different improvements for the customer to save fuel, some aerodynamic improvements, for example, repair developments of new materials, CFRP, for example, and one big project, one big topic is IoT, smart factory, and the topic for today is GSE 4.0. Okay, where we started in 2016, our pain points, as mentioned, we have a lot of equipment even at our site, 1,500 GSEs, so means ground support equipment, any ladder, GPU, pull tractor, or what else, any safety equipment we have there. And the problem is the worker or the high-skilled workers spend a lot of time in searching these equipment, especially some tooling, some ladders, what else. The second pain point we have, we don't know in which status is the equipment. So especially the safety equipment, is it in the right position and is it usable? And the example with the GPU, the left upper side, so the ground power unit, does the GPU has enough fuel to fulfill the next event, for example. So it's not just knowing who the things are, also in which status they are. This is again our facility, just the hangars. We have 7, and all the mobile GSE, we have some moving from hangar to hangar. So what we needed was both an outside tracking as well as an inside tracking. Requirements was outside 5 meters accuracy and inside 1 meter. Outside wasn't the problem or the challenge for the suppliers we had there, but the inside tracking was quite challenging. We had a lot of proof of concept and a lot of well-known big companies there, and the problem was that the hangar is not empty, of course. There's a lot of steel in there, airplanes moving, large moving objects, and that was a huge problem for most of the suppliers. And at the end of the day, we find some supplier in the Netherlands, and he uses LoRaWAN together with Bluetooth Low Energy. We had the possibility to implement also ultra-wideband, and for outside tracking, of course, the GPS. The infrastructure of the solution is quite independent from our IT and from every wired connection. So no internet, wired connection, no electricity, and just one hardware. It's the tech, the Ensure tech. That's not wide enough. Okay, just one type of hardware, and we use this type of hardware for an Ensure tech as well as the tech for the GSE. Battery lifetime around 5 years. And they are communicating with Bluetooth to each other. So we got, and also the GSEs communicating the position each other by Bluetooth Low Energy, and this will increase the accuracy for the inside tracking. Okay, the absolute positioning then will be sent to the LoRaWAN antenna. We have 5 in Hamburg, 5 covering all the complete site in Hamburg. That is quite enough for us. What we already know is regarding the GSEs quite a lot. So from our ERP system, we know the whole life cycle of the equipment. We know about maintenance, scheduled service, transport, usage, when it's going to be used. What we don't know is, as mentioned, the position and also the status. At the hardware, the mentioned hardware, these bones, we also we already have some onboard sensoric on it. We have temperature, GPS, of course, and we have barometers, so we know inside the hangar if a GSE is at the ground floor, or is it in 10 meters height, for example. That accuracy regarding the height is enough for us. We call it the 2.5 D localization. The next step this year will be the implementation of external sensoric we have at other vehicles, for example, a pull tractor. We want to know about the fuel levels, the working hours, and so on and so on. And this will, this is very important for us that we got in the next level, in the 4.0 level of the project, that the equipment can order their service by themselves. So, for example, the ground power unit mentioned at the beginning can use the tank service by itself without any worker be clicking or whatever in the system when the fuel level is too low to fulfill the next event. That is what was our goal in 2016, where we started, and we will achieve it this year by in summer, hopefully. Yeah, the system overview, that's your whole ecosystem. The locate or the tracking tool in the middle at the tool is just one part of the whole tool. Another 2 important parts are at the right side, the connection to the SAP, where we can see all the event for the equipment, and also our maintenance people can see when exactly is a GSE booked. It's a booking system like an Outlook room booking. Is it available for maintenance or not? And of course, where is it? At the left side, we call it a pizza app. It's an application where our mechanics can order very easily the GSEs they need it, and the service technician then in the middle gets the request. They have an iPad or an iPhone, and a large one, and can see where is the GSE now and to what position, like a flag. What is the final position of the GSE then? Okay, time to have a look at the system. It's a web-based system. This is a bird view of Hamburg. This is the airport. What we see here, about 1,600 trackers or GSEs tracked. We see here our external maintenance site. Also there we can see which equipments are there. And we have a storage site here a few miles away. Also there we know what kind of equipments are there. And this is another benefit we have. In the past, we searched a lot of equipment close to the airport, and we don't know if maybe the equipment is at the storage site or at the external maintenance supplier. So we save a lot of time, of course. So I will zoom in. And you see, the closer we got, we can see the hangars, very detailed. So, this is hangar number 7, for example. We have colors for every kind of equipment. This one is a lifting device. Here you see a so-called mesh. Mesh means a cluster of equipments who are communicating together, and you see 3 of them here together. We can click one of them. It's all in German. Sorry, I can switch, of course, to English. So again, here we have the platform card. What we see here, obviously it's inside. It's 15 degrees Celsius. Even in Germany we have around freezing point now. What we see, it's stationary since quite a lot of days. What we can hear as well, we can switch on the LED. That's quite important. The LED is located at the hardware, and in case we have, for example, tow bars standing side by side only a few feet distance, we want to know which exactly is the tow bar I have to pick up, and so we have this function to identify, and this is the last mile, the so-called last mile, to identify the GSE very exactly, to pick it up then. Okay, we can mark as defect. If wheel is missing, of course, we can edit any data. If you have the level or the right to do it. So when's the next maintenance, subgroup, class, whatever. So I will have a closer view. And maybe here is one aircraft. You see most of the equipment is located around one event. You see the red ones. Red means safety equipment. In this case, a fuel tank, a SAS card. The system is a single sign-on, means our workers just need the password they get from the employee card, and then they have access to this system, and also by clicking of these numbers to our SAP system or our equipment system without clicking again any password. Okay. So we implemented the tool in several sites. For example, we can switch to, it's quite, to Tulsa. We have a small site in Oklahoma as well from business jet, I think. And here's where you see now the Tulsa location all live. They are using not 1000 GSE, but 33, as you see. And here again, we can zoom in. We see the facility and the equipment and the status of the equipment, as mentioned. For here, it's a storage of for engine parts. And here's an oil card or fuel card, 16 degrees, so obviously it's also inside the hangar. So that is what we already have today. This system is used by our mechanics in different sites. Beside Tulsa and Hamburg, it's in Munich, in Berlin, in Malta, and in Frankfurt, of course. And as mentioned, our next goal is that we want to have these 4.0 event that the GSE can order the service by themselves. So I will shift again to the presentation. So that is our outlook for this year, started in December, and it's part of our last project phase, finalizing by summer 2019 the integration of external sensoric, as mentioned. We already have some trials with battery-driven vehicles for the level of the liquids and so on. The development of the autonomous control function, as mentioned, and the rollout at other Lufthansa locations, and the integration in the Aviatar platform. Aviatar is a platform launched in 2016, maybe by Lufthansa, and offers a lot of applications for customers within the MRO family, offering some improvements for the MRO repair development, and also we plan to offer one application to get access to this GSE tool. So that's it. A short overview, a deep dive. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions.